Housing costs are on the rise, but we've got 10 towns that are so cheap it's gonna feel like cheating. Decatur, Illinois. At first glance, it might look like just another place in the heart of Illinois. But you walk along its tree-lined streets on a crisp autumn morning and you'll notice something different. Families gather in diners, neighbors wave from porches, and there's a rhythm that makes the town feel smaller than its 70,000 residents. Living here costs about 20% below the national average, and homes sit at roughly $110,000. Groceries and utilities also take up less of the budget, meaning families can focus on education, retirement, or even long-awaited vacations. On weekends, you'll see children at Scoville Zoo or fishing by Lake Decatur, scenes that feel straight out of a postcard. So, what's Decatur's secret? Affordability that creates real peace of mind, allowing people to live without constant financial pressure. But if Illinois feels a little too ordinary, wait until you hear about a southern town where life slows to a satisfying rhythm. Tucked among rolling farmland in Calhoun County sits Anniston, Alabama. This small city greets you with winding roads framed by oak trees. With about 21,000 residents, it's the kind of place where the loudest sounds are birdsong or a passing tractor. Life here is quiet but not dull. Costs are 18% below the national average, and homes hover around $120,000. Utilities and groceries are affordable, so families often find themselves free to try new hobbies, plant gardens, or simply live without worrying about all their bills piling up. So, what makes Anniston rewarding? It's the way affordability blends with Southern history and national beauty, especially landmarks like the Anniston Museum of National History. And if you think Anniston feels peaceful, just wait until we step into Kansas for a surprising cultural twist. On the surface, Pittsburg, Kansas looks like a typical small college town. About 20,000 people live here, enjoying the balance of rural life with access to nearby Joplin City's amenities. Costs are about 18% below the national average, and homes average about $130,000. But Pittsburgh's true spark shows up every year at the Little Balkans Days Festival, where Balkan food, music, and parades light up the town. Add to that the steady presence of Pittsburgh State University, which fuels both jobs and energy, and you get a community that's surprisingly dynamic. So, what's Pittsburgh's hidden heartbeat? Its mix of affordability, cultured tradition, and student energy that keep the town buzzing. But while Pittsburgh thrives on celebration, Hutchinson takes tradition and aims it toward the stars. Literally. Known for its salt mining history, it's a town of nearly 40,000 people where tradition and community pride run deep. During the Kansas State Fair, its streets fill with excitement and it feels like the whole region gathers in one place. Costs are 12% below the national average and homes sit around $130,000. Beyond cheap housing, the town keeps bills low with affordable utilities and dining, leaving room for savings. Its big surprise is the Cosmosphere, a world-renowned space museum that puts this Kansas town on the global map. So what gives Hutchinson its edge? It's a balance of affordability and a cultural gem that connects Main Street to outer space. Still, if Hutchinson mixes tradition with the extraordinary, McAllister takes things back to pure, quiet simplicity. Sitting at about 18,000 residents, this Oklahoma town moves at the pace of cattle in the distance and quiet afternoons on the porch. Costs are 15% below the national average, and homes average $120,000. People here spend weekends at rodeos, farmers markets, or hiking the countryside, a lifestyle that feels old-fashioned in the best of ways. So what's McAllister's true charm? It's that life feels affordable and relaxed at the same time, giving families the chance to live comfortably without sacrificing their favorite traditions. But while McAllister is slow and steady, Fort Smith proves that you can blend growth and history in surprising ways. Perched along the Arkansas River, this city of 89,000 carries the legacy of a frontier outpost yet feels alive with modern energy. Costs are 18% below the national average, and median house prices hover at around $140,000. The affordability stretches beyond housing, giving residents the freedom to stroll riverside trails, enjoy historic spots like Miss Laura's Visitor Center, and still save money for the future. So, what makes Fort Smith so special? Its ability to merge old history with new growth, creating a place where heritage and progress live side by side. And while Arkansas thrives on that mix, Ponca City takes tradition and turns it into a town-wide celebration. With 24,000 residents, this Oklahoma town lives at the intersection of oil heritage and agriculture. Costs are 13% below the national average, and homes run about $140,000. But the real magic shows up at Lake Ponca, where families gather for boating, picnics, and fireworks every July 4th, transforming the town into a festival ground. So, what's Ponca City's unique tradition? The way affordability and community pride come together in celebrations that feel like family reunions. But if this city thrives on tradition, Joplin is a story of reinvention. Once a mining town, Joplin has reshaped itself into a hub for healthcare and retail. About 51,000 residents call it home, enjoying costs that sit 16% below the national average. Homes here hover at $150,000. Beyond affordability, the city buzzes with downtown shops and restaurants, while nearby Grand Falls offers the state's largest continuously flowing waterfall. So, what's Joplin's advantage? Its perfect balance of affordability, natural beauty, and economic opportunity. And while Joplin blends growth with scenery, Muskogee offers something else, an identity tied to music and heritage. With 36,000 residents, this Oklahoma town lives at the crossroads of history and music. Costs are about 14% below the national average, and homes average $135,000. On weekends, families gather at local parks, and the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame showcases the town's deep musical roots. Festivals and cultural events also keep the community tightly knit. So, what makes Muskogee unforgettable? Its ability to weave music and heritage into everyday life. And if Muskogee connects you to cultural roots, our final town goes one step further, where the blues never fade. Clarksdale holds a secret the music lovers already know, but we'll come to that in a moment. With 14,000 residents, this Mississippi town is the birthplace of the blues. Living costs are 15.5% below the national average, and homes sit around $145,000. Beyond affordability, the town lives and breathes music, with legends like Robert Johnson once performing here. Today, those echoes remain in every juke joint. Once a year, the Juke Joint Festival transforms the city into a celebration of sound, of culture, and of musical history. So, what's Clarksdale's secret? It's that affordability doesn't just buy you a house, it buys you a front row seat to a cultural story that never quite ends. So, what are your thoughts? Which of these towns appeals most to you, and why? Make sure you let us know in the comments section down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.